I bet you didn't know this about Lake Nicol. All right, I'm here at the main public area here at Lake Nicol. And just a couple quick facts about Lake Nicol before I kind of take you on a tour. Lake Nicol was created in 1956. It is a man-made lake, and it was created to be a backup lake for Lake Tuscaloosa. So Lake Tuscaloosa is the main source of water for Tuscaloosa County. That's where most of the water that goes to the houses, businesses, it all comes from there. And so Lake Nicol was created to be a backup lake if Lake Tuscaloosa ever got too low. Interesting fact, I didn't know this until I was doing some research, but Lake Nicol here holds over 3 billion gallons of water. It's a really, really deep lake. I bring my boat out here. Me and my kids sometimes come fishing out here. It's also a great place to come swim. I'll get into more of that in a minute. But this is a very, very deep lake in spots. There's times where I've seen my depth finder on my boat where it's been 75 feet deep or more. And I've got fish jumping in the background back here. The great thing about Lake Nicol compared to Lake Tuscaloosa is on Lake Tuscaloosa, if you don't have a boat and you don't have a friend who lives on the lake or you don't live on the lake, there's just not a whole lot of public areas where you can really go and enjoy the lake, like have a picnic or go swim or fish from the bank. There's really, unless you go to one of the boat ramps and you're not supposed to fish there, those are really kind of the only public areas that you can enjoy Lake Tuscaloosa without a boat. The river, the Black Warrior River that comes through Tuscaloosa, we do have a pretty nice river walk where you can walk up and down it. There are some good picnic benches, some even public restrooms now on the Riverwalk. But if you want to swim, you want to fish, again, not really a great spot. Lake Nicol back here behind me really has it all. If you don't have a boat, but you're looking for a place to come swim, you're looking for a place to fish, without a boat, you're looking for a place to bring some food, there's grills all around here, all up and down the shoreline. There's even, right over here, which I'll get to in a minute, there's even a pretty nice pavilion over there. If you don't have a boat, but you like being by the water, Lake Nicol is going to be one of those places that you really, really are going to enjoy. There are boats out here. You can bring a boat out here. There's a small boat ramp kind of behind me right here. I'm filming this on a Saturday morning, and there's only one truck with a boat at the boat ramp right here. So it doesn't get used very much. There's not fishing tournaments that happen out here, at least that I'm aware of. So this lake, if you do have a boat, this is one of those lakes where you can get out on. You don't have to worry about jet skis and ski boats and tremendous amounts of traffic. Lots of times when I come here, I'm maybe the only, maybe I'm the only one who has a boat in the water, or maybe there's one or two others. So it's a quiet lake. There's no houses on this lake, at least right now. There's some talks of that changing in the future. But a lot of people also paddleboard out here. You can actually rent paddle boards. If you don't know what a paddle board is, it's the kind of surfboard looking things that you stand up on and paddle. I've never personally done it, but I've heard that it's really, really great exercise. So a lot of people out here, because there's not much boat traffic out here, a lot of people paddle boat out here. A lot of people bring kayaks, and it's a safe place, to bring, the family out here to come swim. Not much traffic. It doesn't really have, as far as I know, doesn't have areas where it just drops off really, really, really deep. But it's a really, really, cool place to come out to. One thing that I want to show you, again, this is the main public area. I'm about to give you a tour of that. There's two public areas that you can access Lake Nicol. This is the main one here. We're going to do a quick tour. There's another one over on the other side of the lake that you have to drive down the road to access. We'll go take a look at that one as well. But the main reason people come to Lake Nicol is the cliffs. So let's go take a look at the cliffs. All right, so I was just standing back there, drove my car right over here to this little parking area. Now we're gonna walk up the hill to go to the cliffs. Now it's a little bit steep up here, but it's not too bad. I mean, you don't need hiking boots. You don't need hiking gear. You know, easily could do it with flip-flops. And again, you know, this is beautiful up here. There's tons of trails up here on these cliffs. A lot of people come out here just to hike. Sometimes you'll see people bring in blankets and they'll lay out up here on top of these cliffs and just be looking over at the water. People bring their dogs out here, but you are not supposed to jump off of these cliffs. Okay, $500 fine is what the sign said right back there. But if you live here, like I do, we've all done it. So just beware. They're, you know, again, not condoning it one way or another, but just got up to the top of the hill and you can see there's a little trail right there with some picnic tables. And then back behind me, there's trails going all that way. Each one of these big lookout points, there's a point right there that I'm about to show you, and each one of these points has a trash bin. So you really could come up here. There's grills up here as well. You could bring some hot dogs, some hamburgers. You could really make, you know, a day or an afternoon of this and really enjoy a beautiful piece of scenery. All right, so these cliffs are behind me. I'm still on this first one here. I kind of made my way down a couple steps here. But if you follow those trails all the way around, you will end up kind of like about where my finger is pointing right there. It starts kind of gradually coming down, and if you go all the way to the end of it right there, it gets down to water level and you can actually walk out on the rocks. A lot of us swim right there. When I bring my kids out here, again, we'll go on the boat, we'll go for a ride, we'll go fish for a little bit, but we will always at some point of the day, especially, you know, in the summertime, we will stop and we'll go swimming. And because the water is so deep here, again, 3.3 billion gallons of water, and at places out here it's over 75 feet deep, it's always a really, you know, refreshing swim to come swim out here. But again, do use caution if you're coming out here. These rocks can be slick. It can be easy to lose your footing. So just be careful out here. But, you know, Lake Nicol, again, compared to Lake Tuscaloosa, you know, Lake Tuscaloosa, I love it. It's my home lake. You know, that's where I go more than anywhere. But if you don't have a boat, it's just hard to really enjoy Lake Tuscaloosa. But Lake Nicol is another story. Now, let's go take a look at the other public area. Again, most people are gonna come over to this side here. So if you're looking for this on a map, look for the Lake Nicol boat ramp. We're gonna go check out the Lake Nicol Dam, which is on the other side. Again, there is a public use area over there as well. I'll show you that, but this right here, this side of Lake Nicol's public use area is where the majority of people are gonna come. And if you're wanting to come check it out, you gotta at least come up here and say that you've come to the cliffs. Now I'm over here at the dam side. Again, there's two areas that the public can access. We've already looked at the main one. This one over here is another one that you have access to. Again, easily accessible by road. You can probably hear that car coming down the road here in the background. You'll see this little, I'm not even really sure what that is. I'm not sure if it's a pump house or whatever that is inside there. But there's a little parking area right here. You can fish right here along the bank. And then there's also a public parking area right over there. If you are looking for another hiking destination, if you go off the hill over there on that side, there's a beautiful waterfall where the spillway comes down over there. Now at times of the year, if we've had tons of rainfall, it can be kind of dangerous to go down there. But if you're looking for a cool place to go hike, it's beautiful over there. And just a pro tip, if you're a fisherman, if you take a fishing pole down there, there are fish that fall over the spillway. They get kind of trapped down there and they're very, very easy to catch.